to the one, he's the man. Satoshi Bitcoin Nakamoto, he wrote those tokens by hand. Get done if you're running scams. Damn, they sending a ton of spam. Gas got me mining, collecting fees in the ethereum when the nodes are connecting and the chains are linking. I'm drinking, it's all over when the feds start thinking. Insane for the blockchain, insane for the chain, insane for the blockchain. We're insane for blockchain.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Shout out to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. Today's Monday. We are back on the grind. Hope everybody had a really good weekend. Also hope you guys kind of took my advice because, I hope you guys went out and did something over the weekend. I mean, there literally is nothing going on in the markets right now. In fact, you have Bitcoin dominance moving up slightly to 40.1%, which really, if anything's happening right now, maybe your altcoin took a slight hit over the weekend, but that is like literally it. Other than that, there's not too much to talk about. Docademic. Docademic up 38%. What is Docademic? Evolving healthcare to improve your life. A community for doctors and patients, your electronic health record always with you so you can have better medical assistance, free medical assistance with certified doctors to care for your health. Very, very nice. So it seems like basically it's the Dentacoin, but for doctors. Do we need this? It all depends on adoption. The more doctors and patients that start using it, then potentially this coin has a use case. So, moving on to the big topic. So last week, everyone was, actually over the weekend, I should say, everyone was talking about EOS. So the EOS network monitor is currently showing that the EOS block producers, or the equivalent of miners on the Bitcoin blockchain, are producing right now. Okay, everybody take a breath. Everybody relax. EOS is up and running and it's fine. However, some people have been criticizing it. For example, you have Jackson Palmer over here on Twitter saying, so the EOS blockchain was taken offline for 5 hours just days after launch due to a bug, until a centralized company, Block One, issued a patch to block producers. And this software had $4 billion in funding, making it hard not to be critical here, folks. So I can understand people's frustration, but at the same time, I do have to say that it really doesn't matter how much money you raise for literally any project, although arguably they did have a year to do so. But there are always problems with code. There's always bugs. It doesn't matter what code. Even when you download software on your Apple or Android, there's usually some kind of a bug fix that has to get fixed, right? So, I mean, these things happen. It's just the fact that it happened so immediately was kind of like a shocker to everybody. So I can understand why that was a bit of a letdown, I suppose. But still, high hopes for EOS, high hopes. Now, let's talk about the big topic of the day. So Skycoin CEO gets into a mess on insider trading. SEC informed as discontent grows. So I heard this story and I was like, all right, let me not take this for face value. Let's dive a little bit deeper into it. So it appears that a lot of this FUD started around this tweet by Jared Do 71247146. He says, Skycoin project, CZ Binance at Binance, CEO Synth, audio recording of his knowledge of ongoing insider trading involving his team and his Telegram admin, Sudo, and a private insider trading group. Now, this is the audio down here. People are saying that the audio has been slightly distorted, slightly slowed down to make him sound a little bit more mysterious, okay? So what I wanted to do was I actually wanted to give you guys the opportunity to listen to the audio samples yourself, and you can decide how you feel about this situation. So we will play the first one right now, and then you guys, I will talk about it, and we'll go on to the next one.
Skycoin used to be a democracy where everyone was equal. And then Sudo, and there was a whole channel full of special insider trading information where everyone was getting rich, basically trading on Skycoin and knowing who's dumping and what's going on, and this is happening and that's happening, and buy the dip and buy this and buy that, and everyone was basically doing the exact opposite of whatever the public was doing. So like there's a dip and it's bottoming out because some guy was dumping, or oh, he was dumped his blah 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 blah, and then they buy it, and then next day price goes up 30%, or or price run up is happening because this and this. And so there's a whole insider information channel thing, and it used to be an open group. It used to be an open society, and then Sudo came, and he made the room private, and now all of the special insider information is locked up in a room that Sudo is admin of. And that's when democracy ended. And now I think Sudo's gonna create the synth pump group, and he's gonna start charging people 10 BTC to get into the room. And he's gonna he's like Hitler, and he's muting me and deleting my messages and censoring me whenever I say anything that he doesn't want me to say.
So it was right after this, basically, that all of this kind of FUD started. People said that they were involved in these insider groups, and then that tweet came out, then Reddit kind of got a hold of it and all these other things. So then Synth did have a rebuttal in 2 different messages. So basically what people were saying, from what I could gather, is that there's kind of a strange sense of humor on this Telegram with Skycoin. Now, Skycoin isn't exactly a new project. It's been around for quite some time. So a lot of people are saying, I really don't think that these guys are going to be in a project for multiple years just to kind of, do this manipulation or scam people or something like that. So this is the next message that Synth had in rebuttal to the original.
We just had a kidnapping, and the brain-damaged peasants of Reddit are bitching and moaning about the sarcastic, funny voice message joke I made about the pseudo insider trading group, which isn't even an insider trading group. It's just a bunch of people posting freaking cat memes, and they're all butthurt, and every bot on Reddit is now attacking Skycoin and shilling it on our cryptocurrency because the butthurt people of Reddit don't have any sense of humor.
So that was the first response by Synth, and then there was another response that came out a little bit later as well.
Yeah, this is a message for the retards of Reddit that want to FUD and shill. If you want to join the secret Skycoin so-called insider trading group, where we post cat memes all day and cast magical spells to manipulate the market, then you can pay me 10 Bitcoin. Just private message me and send me 10 Bitcoin, and I'll let you into the secret inside Sky Trader group where we're all getting rich posting cat memes 24/7.
So I guess the whole idea behind this is it's just sort of sarcastic humor that got misconstrued. Some people didn't know that it was a joke. So, I mean, there's the question, is it? But it sounds genuinely like he was just joking around. And it sounds to me like people just took it the wrong way. I mean, obviously, we'll see what unfolds from this, but I just wanted to look at both sides, not jump right in and be like, oh, FUD, You got to always look at both sides. Now, we have seen it take a little bit of a hit. If I refresh it, though, let's see if it's doing a recovery. No, it's still taking a little bit of a hit. I guess the news is still circulating right now. So, I don't know, man. Potential time to buy the dip if you're a Skycoin advocate. Not going to give any financial advice on that, but it sounds to me like it was genuinely an overall just gigantic misunderstanding. So that's basically my take on it, if you guys want to do a little more research on that as well, but it sounds to me like it was a complete misunderstanding. So something that actually did happen and is not a misunderstanding is the Syscoin hack. So it says malware inserted into the GitHub account. According to the project development team, a hacker replaced the official window client with another version containing malware. The tainted window client introduced by the hacker contained a malware called Archive Stealer, a Trojan known for stealing wallet keys and passwords. The project team published a security notice on GitHub that states, upon investigation, the Syscoin developers found that a malicious unsigned copy of the Windows Syscoin 3.0.4.1 installer was made available via the Syscoin GitHub release on January 19th. So let's see which ones they're worried about. They say that according to the Blockchain Foundry team, users who downloaded the Syscoin 3.0.4.1 window client between June 9th and June 13th are at risk. The malware reportedly compromises both the 32-bit and 64-bit versions of the client software. The team advises users to check the installation dates of their Windows Syscoin software to see if it falls within the time of the hack. If the check turns out to be positive, users are advised to some precautionary steps, which is perform a full backup of all vital wallet information, run an antivirus scan to identify and remove the Trojan malware, change all passwords used since the time of the hack, preferably on a different computer, and transfer funds from unsecured wallets to more secure ones. So that's really unfortunate to hear from these guys. Really good guys over at Syscoin, and this is just one of those really unfortunate things, man. And this is just the dangers of crypto and the wild west of the internet, right? With these cryptocurrencies. So moving on, we do have more speculation. So we know that Coinbase has acquired Paradox. So there's more speculation as to which is going to be the next coin that's going to be released. So the one thing that you do is you have Basic Attention Token, Omisego, Maker, Request, and 0x. So they're saying that these could all potentially be coins that might be released because you know that they have stated they're doing ERC20 support. But here's the interesting thing. In addition, Coinbase is seeking to integrate a DEX into its expanding list of services, which already include an index fund and custodial services, in order to stay competitive with other exchanges. So decentralized exchanges are becoming more popular as issues with exchange hacks become a bigger issue with events like the BitGrail hack and the more recent CoinRail hack. So upon acquisition, Coinbase said that they plan to roll out Paradex to non-US Coinbase Pro, formerly GDAX users within the next coming weeks. But I also wanted to just point out that there's a good chance that these tokens right here, okay? So BAT, OMG, Maker, Request, 0x, just keep an eye out on that, guys. So I just wanted to kind of just bring that up. Really quick, Vechain details its expenditure and token supply status with its latest quarterly report. This is, like I said, the quarterly report. They do go into the token economy, expenditure, partnerships, here you go, etc. So this is basically just a really quick overview. I'll drop that in the description. We also have this post from Malcom Larider over at NEO. Now, this isn't really anything that I would say don't know, but it was kind of nice to just hear him reiterate the things that we already knew. Some of the key advantages being with the, DBFT is that it can't branch. So while we've heard about all these different forks, all these different attacks, etc., he says there's always one and only one block proposed at any single time. Once the block is signed, it is 100% final. More information on the consensus algorithm can be found here. So here's a document he left. Basically, he's talking about when you transfer things. For example, when you transfer Ethereum from one address to another, or like if you're going to go to an exchange, it has to do confirmations. So you sometimes you have to wait 30 times. And this is because they want to make sure that during that initial transaction, something doesn't happen. There's not a fork. There's not a bad actor, right? So they're saying that with NEO, you don't really have to worry about that. He says weak finality blockchains may split into two camps, one where the address is frozen and one where it is not. Perfect finality blockchains such as NEO will always have only one outcome, since there never is a simultaneous choice between two blocks. Also, you cannot fork NEO. For those of you that maybe don't know that, NEO is an unforkable currency. So that's something to also keep in mind. And they did update a little, so you have transaction speed is roughly 1,000 to 10,000 transactions per second and continuously increasing, with a goal to reach 100,000 transactions per second on chain before 2020. Now, we have heard them make these claims before. The plan is to achieve this by two parallel projects that have been running for over 6 months, called NEO Sharp and Hyper VM. NEO Sharp is a rewritten implementation of NEO blockchain, which focuses the same protocol rules, but with a modular architecture that simplifies both unit testing and integration testing, while also allowing for upgrades of individual modules. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. Now, I should have kind of talked about this when I spoke about Coinbase just before I spoke about NEO, but they are they are having some concerns over these centralized exchanges. Lots of different people are concerned. So here's an example. All of the wealth and influence has led to seriously unethical acts of market manipulation and exploitation that exposes exactly why decentralized exchanges are needed now more than ever. So Roy Huang, co-founder of Fresco Network, revealed on Twitter yesterday that a top 30 ranked exchange, which he did not mention, had openly asked his company to use trading bots to create fake volume with zero transactional fees. Obviously, here it is right here, if you guys can read that. He says, so the yet-to-be-identified exchange promised to provide an API and trading assistant to help achieve 50 Bitcoin daily volume, and that they would even let the trading assistant, a simple trading bot, be a market maker free of transaction fees. In addition, Roy points out that the disturbing fact that the NASDAQ stock exchange only charges less than $200,000 for listing mega companies, while a lot of crypto exchanges are trying to charge more than $500,000 in listing fees. Centralized exchanges operate in the same way corrupt manner that any centralized organization with way too much wealth and influence will do if unchecked. Therefore, the need for decentralized exchanges like 0x or BlockNet are greater than ever, and these organizations must quickly take the place of their centralized competitors in order for what Roy and others see as an industry problem to solve itself, which kind of goes into the Binance situation. So you have Binance planning to launch their decentralized exchange coming up very soon. So the Binance team will either have to say no, or they'll have a very loose grasp on the coins that are going to be listed on the network. So they're going to steer away from their current model of super tight control of the digital assets. So on the decentralized exchange, CZ says we'll have less control. More likely anybody can list any coin. That's the philosophy of decentralized exchanges. It's freedom of choice, freedom of investment, but with freedom, there will be people who are scammers. So that's not something that we can control. So with these decentralized exchanges, we will have more power for the people, but there's no one controlling it. There's no one watching it. So it's a lot easier to potentially get scammed, especially if these tokens that get listed are obviously exit type scam tokens, whatever. So yeah, that being said, also that kind of alluded me to my next thing is 4 ICO scams you need to know about. If you're relatively new to the market and you don't know about these things, here's 4 famous ones that came out from Market Barker. So you have OneCoin, Plexcoin, Modern Tech, and BitConnect. And then we got Carlos Matos down there in BitConnect. Now, I actually had somebody try to get me involved in Plexcoin, and I was looking at getting into it. And this is very, very early on. I'm really happy that there was just something in my gut that told me that this was not a good project. They were claiming to be working on a coin that could be used without transaction management and verification. And they were promising up to 13,000 return on investments. So yeah, don't believe anything that offers that like that. How is Carlos doing anyway? So if we come over here, it looks like he's uploaded a video.
Hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone from around the world. This is Carlos Matos, broadcasting live.
So it looks like he's now doing something. Follow my journey to health and wealth, day 6. So let's see. Intermittent fasting and water fasting. Okay, Carlos. I like to see that. So, finally, crypto not scalable enough to be money, says Bank of International Settlements. I think Nano says otherwise. Also, so yesterday, a lot of people were asking me about my Pokemon introduction. They really liked it. Somebody actually was like, how come you use these things and you don't give them credit? Well, I do drop links in the description to everything, so technically, but for those of you that didn't look, basically it was Satoshi's block. I'm not affiliated with these guys. I've never even spoken to them before. I just really thought the Pokemon intro was funny. So it looks like they do have a crypto gang collection. So they have like Shottle, Charminer, Forkasaur, and all these other ones. So if you guys want, you can come and check that out. Like I said, it's not promotion. It was just literally from the video yesterday. And also for everybody that was watching earlier, if you want School of Rap Online, Insane for the Blockchain, that was the intro. I'll also leave a link in the description for that. But just for future reference, anything that I feature in my videos that I think is worthy to look at or I should leave a link for, just check the links below. It's probably there, guys. So that being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. You guys are awesome. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.